trees and pickup trucks, sunshine days and a little bit of mud, talking life, having fun. Palm trees and pickup trucks has begun.
And welcome to the Palm Trees and Pickup Trucks podcast. I'm your host. That was the best I have ever said it, and you ruined it.
It was just a little side noise.
And you ruined it. You broke every bit of concentration I had. I was focusing a lot on doing that.
Introduce yourself as the host. You're doing great.
No, we were good. We were good.
You were doing great.
Shabizzle, your nizzle. Is that too soon? Too late? Too late. It's not hip anymore to say it. I'm Shabazz, and this is
Pinky Lee.
Pinky, Shabazz and Pinky.
Pinky.
We're the ones. What is that? Elmo, maybe?
Rubber Ducky.
You're the one. It's Rubber Ducky. It's Rubber Ducky. Okay, we're just going to start it off because I don't know how else to start it off. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Oh, where art thou, Spider-Man? That was...
Doing what spiders can?
Doing what thou spiders can. Bro.
We're probably going to have your son screaming at his video games in our background.
There's noise cancellation. We
Hey,
don't have to worry about
good
that.
deal. Perfect.
So, we went and saw Spider-Man.
We did.
I wasn't
We
done.
saw it.
I wasn't done. We went
just let me know when I can talk.
We went and saw Spider-Man. Brand new day. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Now you can
Yeah,
talk.
we did.
So me and the kids and Heather went and saw Brand New Day today.
Poor dog is like, why do you keep patting me so hard?
And it was so freaking
Amazing.
good. I
Absolutely
love...
amazing.
It's been a while since I've seen a Marvel movie where, like, when I'm sitting through it, I feel excited.
Yeah.
The stuff that's, like, it may not be a sad moment, but I just get so excited about, like, the story and the energy that movie is telling, like, right then in that moment. After, like, everything we've seen in the past, like, 20 years of Marvel movies and, like, 30 plus years of, like, reading comic books and stuff, it was so freaking
It was incredible.
good.
It was so good.
Like, listen, I'm going to get a lot of crap. And I might change my mind if you ask me a year down the road. But right now, the way that it makes me feel, that is my favorite.
Same.
Nope. Favorite superhero movie.
Oh, okay.
Not just Spider-Man movie.
Interesting.
Superman movie.
Oh, Superman movie?
Superhero movie.
Where's he going?
Hey, get back here.
Well, he lay down,
Get back
Bubba.
here.
No,
Superhero
it was
movie.
incredible. And I definitely probably in that like last quarter of the movie, I was like, this is my favorite Spider-Man. This is so good.
Like, there's a part of me that was like, okay, hold up, back up. We're going to talk about Spider-Man right now, and I hope you haven't already clicked away. See, when I'm talking about people repeat themselves whenever they're making content, that's what I was talking about. So, we need to talk about Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. We're just going to give our general impression, which that was a lot of it.
That was a lot of it.
Not gonna lie.
There's a few other little things I'd like to mention.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That's I'm getting there.
Right.
So, this is our spoiler-free
part
review of the movie without giving anything away unless you just know nothing about Spider-Man.
Right.
We're going to talk for a little bit because I got some notes. I want to maybe tell a story or two because I think we're going to edit this in Palm Trees and Pickup Trucks fashion. We're going to talk to you about what the hell we're doing while we're doing it because this is part of what this podcast has become. I got to breathe.
Talking about it while we're doing it,
learning this stuff,
learning with you guys.
Starting off very low. So if people are just starting podcasting and you're seeing this, comment, help us grow because we feel like we're entertaining enough.
Yeah,
just enough. Not too much. Just
sometimes
enough
more than others, but yeah.
To gain some traction and have a little bit of a following and kind of make this a thing, a bigger thing than what it is.
I think we can do it.
I know we can. We just got to get the right eyes on us. We got to get the right eyes on us.
His don't work good, so his are not the right ones.
So
Don't spank the puppy.
We're gonna talk. He loves it.
He does love it.
We're gonna talk about Spider-Man for a second, and then we're gonna talk about some other stuff, and then we're gonna talk about spoilery stuff.
Yes, we're gonna get into it.
And we'll go through the whole movie as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. We got notes.
It's
Okay,
so
we're going to start off. Welcome to the podcast. Sit down.
Look at that puppy.
Have a drink.
Look at that puppy.
Get a puppy.
Look at that puppy. OMG.
You can't look at the puppy.
He's got his little head on his
and relax for just a minute.
Little leg.
Put us on in the background. We'll try to make it entertaining as possible.
So spoiler-free version.
Spoiler-free.
It's so good.
I felt so much joy in that movie.
I did too.
I felt so much joy. It was
a beautiful movie. Like watching the cinematography of it, some of the shots they did and the way they like did the backlighting and stuff. It was just so pretty.
The movie in the beginning, especially, is very dark. Like everything's like he's doing fight scenes in the dark.
Yeah.
But his suit is still bright red and bright blue.
Right.
Like you can see the colors.
It looks so good.
Even like in most movies, like Man of Steel, if the whole movie can be diluted, and it really takes away from that blue and red of his suit. The way they did the suit in that was so. But there's also
certain scenes, and I think you can think back and you can imagine what I'm talking about. But where his mood changes or his temperament changes, and he's like in a moment or whatever, like. They lit it up to match that portion of the story. It wasn't just like the whole time it's bright and cheery. Like let's say like Thor Ragnarok is always bright and colorful. They matched the mood of that moment as well, which was just beautiful. It was so good, and I love the way the city looked. Like it looked like just so cool. Like it was just everything about it was just such a beautiful movie, let alone the story was just great and the way they did it all was great.
The way that I was thinking about talking about this was like I'm thinking about talking about stuff like that in the spoilery part, but these aren't spoilers that I'm talking about. This is I
go into it more spoilery when we get to that. This is the first
movie that felt like Spider-Man in New York City. Like the other movies, it's like here's a superhero in New York City. Like we know New York. You see it in all the Spider-Man movies. This is like seeing Spider-Man in his suit, just like walking around with people and going through the city and stuff, made it feel like a tighter city, not just like a set. Yeah, it was Spider-Man. Well, you think about
like Batman in Gotham. When you see Batman in Gotham, that is Batman in Gotham. Yeah. And so you see Spider-Man, and in this moment, it feels like that is his city. That's where he's from. That is him and his place.
His accent changed, like whenever he was first talking to like the chief lady of the police. I don't know her name, but when he was like talking to her, character development, even though that was just like a cop, like unless it's freaking Commissioner Gordon and Batman, like you don't feel for like the cops. Like they're just the cops. There's the guy. But like they built. What are you doing?
This is what I'm looking at, guys. It's precious. I'm sorry.
But they built. You didn't. So they built really good character development between like someone that for sure doesn't normally matter in movies like this, and like that was like his partner through it.
But what's crazy is at the same time they kind of mention that in the story. I think she asked him or says the question of like, you never even asked me about myself kind of thing.
And, oh my God, you're right.
Later he does. And it's like they build that character and that relationship throughout it very subtly, but it's there. It's so good.
So normally in movies like that, when there is the cop, like it was almost like a nod at like, I'm just the cop lady. Yeah. Like most of the time in the movies, you don't really learn about me because I'm just the cop lady or the cop dude, the chief of police or whatever. Maybe that was like the reason they put that line in there.
Maybe. I don't know. It was so good. That was so well done. Just everything about it. There is one part which is going to have to be in the spoilery part that I do kind of wish they did a little different. I think it would have been a little bit more epic and like good for the story. But other than that, there was absolutely nothing about that movie that I could say.
You're just gonna,
that has to wait. That
so
has
you're
to wait.
Just gonna we weren't gonna tease people.
Go see the movie. It's wonderful.
Well, go
tell
see
them
the
we
movie.
sent you.
Ultimately, like regardless if you've already turned this off or not, like I hope at least someone's like, oh yeah, that Spider-Man movie's out. I need to go watch it.
Yeah,
and they go and watch it.
So worth it.
I don't know what that accent was.
So like I know that like movie ticket prices are absurd. It's worth it. It's so worth it.
Sure, because you didn't pay for the ticket.
Well, I bought the popcorn the same price. But it is because it's like it's something that you can do either yourself or with your family or whatever. That's just going to bring you joy if you love these kinds of movies. It's going to be something you can do that you're going to want to be like in that moment in the theater. It makes it more epic, but it's gonna be something that you can enjoy. Like there's this good, great moment that you're gonna talk about and look back on.
I feel like I look dumbfounded. I don't feel like I'm dumbfounded, but I feel like I look like. Something I thought about in the movie was like, this movie is so freaking good, and it's like, it's so long. It's like, it's worth the price of this ticket that I paid for it, like $14-15, whatever it was. And then there's some movies, like, no offense, please, no offense, but they're movies like Paw Patrol.
Right.
And you pay the same ticket price for that movie too.
Right.
That's kind of wild.
It is a little bit.
That movies that put this much attention into acting and developing a story. I know it takes a lot of money to do that, and it would make sense to pay for that. But then there's movies that they crank out in like Unreal 5 and put some voice actors
at the same time, though. I'm glad they don't price it to the movie. It's going to be $100 ticket.
But
then it's not worth it.
No, I think that the price of the tickets now are kind of crazy.
They are. They're wild.
I think the tickets to those movies should be even less, is what I'm saying. I don't think these tickets, I think these are reasonably priced.
But then,
I think these are reasonably priced.
For what they are, yeah.
$15 for like a 2.5 hour experience. Like, that's not bad.
I will say this though, like,
that's not bad.
In this movie, the casting is perfect. The acting was
incredible. Same people that were in the other movies.
Yeah, but it's just so spot on.
And like better.
We watched them grow over the years.
These are their characters.
Yeah,
like,
and
no
I
one
genuinely
else can play these roles.
Watched this movie and looked at these characters. I looked at MJ. I looked at Spider-Man. And it was just like, man, they have come so far. Like, their acting is impeccable in this movie. It's so good, which was good in the other ones too. But like, I found myself watching their acting, especially in certain like dramatic scenes, where it was just like, man, they are doing so good. Like, they have grown so much over the years. It was a really great movie.
Yeah. So the director of this one, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it is. It's the same director that directed. How was it actually pronounced? Shang-Chi,
I think.
Shang-Chi.
I know. I heard that. I was like, oh no.
You didn't know that? See,
no, I did. That's what I just said. Is I heard that somebody say that in a video that we were watching, I think, on YouTube.
That director was directing this?
And I was like, oh no. Like, I'm scared because I did not care for that movie.
Yeah, same. Like, okay, so I didn't care for it as a Marvel movie.
That's fair.
It was a great.
That's fair.
It would have been a really good CG Disney movie, though.
Yeah.
It would make a really good Disney movie.
Yeah, I can see that. Marvel movie. That's fair.
Does that make sense?
Like, it just didn't have the epicness of like Marvel.
Shang-Chi is a princess.
Yeah.
Like, he's just a Disney princess.
And I'll say this too about this movie in general, is it's like, I feel like over the past few years, we've had Marvel movies come out that just didn't stand the test of Marvel time. Like, it was like, okay, is Marvel fallen off? Like, have they lost it?
They definitely did.
And they did for a minute. This, I feel like we are right back where we were 7 years ago in the heat of Endgame and Infinity War. Like, I feel like we're getting back there.
Yeah, for sure. If this was like the start of the phase after, and like this was the start, and it led into what we're about to see as Doomsday,
we are in for a
that would
ride.
have been if movies were this level for the past 5 years now or whatever, since Endgame, which obviously 2 Spider-Man movies came out that we didn't realize came out after Endgame.
Wild, yeah.
I thought it was just one.
The timeline is ridiculous.
Time just doesn't. It's weird. But like, if this was the start right after Endgame and it led to Doomsday, that would have been the greatest
I will say this,
piece of cinema history
for sure
ever.
But while watching that movie, especially there at the end and like waiting for the end credit scene, whatever, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, if this is what's setting off and like leading into Doomsday, like, I was already excited about Doomsday, of course, but if they're putting out a movie of this caliber, we are in for a treat with Doomsday. I really think.
Yeah, I think they're. I don't remember what the last movie was, but I think I've probably The Marvels. I would say somewhere around that time. They were like, not good. We aren't doing good.
No, we've got
to figure something out.
Mistakes were made.
I think it was around that time. I don't know what show was on, but like some of the newer stuff that they've done with shows and movies, like it's getting tighter.
Yeah.
They were doing too much.
It just got really, like, it was almost depressing because it was like, you
Sure,
can
they were
have
making money, but
these epic
not
movies
telling good
leading into,
stories.
again, Infinity War, Endgame, like, incredible stories leading up into this whole thing. And then all of a sudden you get these other movies, you're just like, what even is, like, this is sad. Like, those were bringing me so much joy, and now I have no joy. Like,
No.
what happened? But the joy is back. This movie was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't. Hey, pup. Let's see. Acting was great. Suit was the best.
So good.
The suit was the best suit
So
ever.
good. I can't wait
This
to talk
is
about
my-
the spoiler version of that suit because, man, so good.
Yeah, I mean, that's in the trailers. I mean, I'll talk more about that just in the spoiler stuff, just because that's where I'm going to put it. It's where I've
Yeah.
already
Right.
carpet.
Because I could talk about the details without giving anything
What's
away.
it called?
Compartmentalized?
That word.
You're just breaking up the syllables the wrong
Say it
place.
again.
Compartmentalized.
Compartmentalize. Is that it? Sure. Ah! You just bit me. You just bit me.
He's not a gentle player.
Why'd you just bite me?
Because he's a little man.
Are you okay?
He's fine.
Did you think you were back in Nam?
He's tired. He's gonna go back.
PTSD on the dog.
The
The
videography,
suit was awesome.
the lighting,
My favorite suit,
everything.
probably.
It was great.
When I saw that suit, like all I could think about was like, that's the comic suit. Like that's like this is what the suit has been, should have been the whole time, and
It's
where
beautiful.
it was like they like I can't imagine how much CG they used on the suit before this.
Yeah.
To make it look so perfect,
Right.
To where there's so many imperfections. Like it didn't feel like. In a lot of superhero movies, you see the superhero on screen, but it's almost like a CG version of that superhero because they're just so immaculate.
Right.
But then think about how realistic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles looked back
Right,
when
yeah,
they were
for
like
sure.
the puppets. Like it felt like they were just a part of that world. This feels like this is the first Spider-Man that's been a part of this world.
Yeah.
Just walking around with a guy in a suit.
Yeah.
Not this like special
It literally looks like he pulled on a leotard
CG hero.
and went to save the
Yeah.
day. Like
Him walking
yeah.
around just looking like it's like cell phone footage. It
Yeah.
wasn't cell phone footage, but just like it felt like you
Really
were there
good
in the
cell
building
phone.
with him, and here comes Spider-Man.
Right.
Felt super
Absolutely.
real, like it was like behind the scenes almost.
Yeah. I agree.
But that suit,
So good.
like I don't know what I would do to make that more perfect. Like if the eyes were bigger, I think that would be more
I
perfect.
thought they
for
were
me.
pretty big, but I can see what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, so they're big when they're wide.
Yeah.
But when they shrink, they're so small, like, I think it's too much. I would like a bigger eye to be able to shrink less, I guess. Like, not all the way, maybe. Or I don't know.
I will say the way
I like big
that
Spider-Man
happened, I
eyes.
don't feel like there was too much fluctuation that I was like, there was times where I was like, are they changing? I can't really tell.
All the
and then
time.
I would see him a
There's
little
so-
bit. And I'm like,
there's
oh,
so-
dang.
I feel like in this movie, they like made his eyes more articulated with his movements than just like it didn't feel like in other movies. It felt like it was a guy in a suit with a helmet and he was control and like the eyes would like on my
Like your helmet, right.
Like my helmet, like my mask. When I push the button, then they make like movements or whatever. In this one, it was almost
That's true, yeah.
It was more like if you were watching like Into the Spider-Verse or something, and like the characters just like as he's moving, like the eyes are cartoony and they're
Right.
moving with his expression more.
Yeah.
I felt like they did such a good job with it that you can't really tell.
I don't even know what he hit.
I
His,
think
his
his tail
nails,
hit the
maybe?
light.
It was his nails.
So you couldn't really tell that it wasn't a big part of it because it was just like this character's like expression. That was one thing was like that there's nothing that they could make realistic about his eyes. Like that's got to be CG the whole time. So that was one part that kind of stood out was his eyes being CG for a lot of it until towards the end. And maybe I should talk about that in like
yeah, that's the part I think you're going to talk about that I want to get into because I don't know.
Yeah,
I want that to be something that
Yeah.
because I know like there was a part where I noticed something about the suit that I think I noticed before you did, and I want people to be able to notice that as you watch the movie because I think it becomes more obvious
That's a
as the
good
movie
point.
goes on.
Oh, it's same. That's what I was about to say. That's what I was going to say
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
And I think it's been talked about on the internet anyway, but still, we don't wanna-
storyline wise, like villain, like it wasn't really villainy.
No, it was
definitely. It was definitely. I can't even. I don't
yeah,
even say
it's
so
hard
much.
to, but yeah, I get what you're saying. It was
But-
just a
But it was a very good storyline,
Yeah.
like bleeding into like his personal life
Mm-hmm.
and his Spider-Man life.
yeah.
Like fighting the big bad in it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And and then weaving the big bad kind of back into his personal life. Like, dude, that was beautiful.
So good. So beautiful. Good. It's just everything about it. It was just so well done. So props to them.
It was a weird way to explain a movie, I feel like. But
listen, you had no spoilers, so
there was no spoilers. Out of 5 stars, I've already went to Rotten Tomato, and they're at like 98%.
Really?
Out of 10,000 reviews. And I was like, 5 stars just because I think it should be up at more than 98, at least 99.
Yeah.
Because it's a damn near perfect movie.
I don't know what people could complain about, honestly.
No.
I really don't. It's so good.
Like, I will complain about maybe a couple of things.
Yeah.
But enough to make that not a perfect movie? Nah. That makes it it was part of its charm, really.
I mean, we've watched a lot of movies. There's very few that we watch that make you feel something like that movie does. Or like, I mean, a lot of Marvel's movies do, but like, it's so good compared to just like your normal movie that's, sent out into the theaters every other month. Like, those are okay. Yeah. This was just epic. It was so good.
Yeah, if we had to, if we, I don't know what I'm more mad about, that we didn't get this in the beginning, or that we had to sit through so much crap to get to this.
Get here. Yeah.
It made it. I don't know if it made it more worth it somehow. Like the fact that there's been 5 years since the last movie. Spider-Man
spoiler version.
Spoilers. Here's the spoiler review of Spider-Man with Shabazz and Pinky Lee.
Yeah.
It's going to probably be weird in this episode now that I think about it, but it's okay. We'll go with it.
So
Spider-Man, from the beginning of time. So
comic book 1.
The beginning of this movie where I've talked about this before, the darkness and the brightness when he's going through the different montages of like these were like
the flash montages that they were doing, they were so good.
When they were so at the beginning of the movie when they were doing like the comic book covers, that's what they were, with like Boomerang throwing stuff and Scorpion, and like everything was dark, but he stood out. He was still red and blue. I
love those little flash things that they did, because it did feel like you're flipping through a comic book and you see where it's like, one frame will have like little cuts in it. It felt like that because it was like this little cutscene montage, and it was so good. But yes, I love the coloring and the way they did that on that. It was so good.
That's the first thing that I noticed was that, okay. And I guess I'll just talk about the mask now. And this is going through the whole movie, because at the beginning of the film, it seemed very CG. Like his whole, like I
could see what you're saying.
Just his mask.
Right.
Like the eyes were white.
Right, yeah.
And there was the scene where he went and talked to Mila Jovovich. What's her name?
Black Widow.
Yeah,
Yelena.
Yelena in the Yelena soup
in the
bowl.
Office.
in her Yelena's office in the hot tub or whatever.
That was hilarious. That was so funny.
Yeah, I'm glad that they put like it felt. I could see why people would think that it might feel out of place. Why is she even in this movie? She doesn't need to be in this movie. But that's like kind of OG Marvel, just throwing in like little.
And they didn't do so much with her that I felt out of place, for sure, because she talked about the new Avengers and the big potato, little potato stuff.
Dude, that was so funny.
It's so funny.
Little baby
potato. This thing's like a big potato brain thing. I think it was so good to tie that back in and keep them relevant.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I loved it. I don't think they did too much with her that it was too saturated by any means. I thought it was so good. I love, and I told you this during the movie as well, that I feel like she's really settled into that character really well. Like I feel like she's really leaned into it, and it was so good. I really enjoyed it.
She was even in, was it Thunderbolts?
I believe so.
Yeah. But out of all of the characters in Marvel, like that's not one that I thought starting off when she was just in Black Widow as Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow's sister.
Yeah.
Never did I think that she would be
a new Avenger.
Like in Spider-Man movies, in Hawkeye, like playing this huge part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah. That's not a character I thought would be moving on.
But it was so funny. And I love that in this movie there's a lot of serious pieces, right? Because we're still in this world where nobody remembers him. Like the people he loves, So MJ and
Oh, I'm
Ned
glad you
don't
mentioned that.
remember him. So we're still in this kind of serious situation. And there was these little blips of humor that just kind of made you giggle for a second and didn't take away from it. It was just so good.
Yeah, the humor in it was good.
But the mask, like for me, we know that after Tony Stark died, he no longer has that technology. So he shows it shows him at the beginning making his suit. And it was I love the way that they did it, because the suit to me did feel very much like he just threw on a leotard and is just going and being Spider-Man. But at the same time, it looked nice enough to not just be some little like crappy suit like he originally threw together. Like it still looked really legit, like, really good.
And I wonder if he invented the technology, if like it's something
he's
he
still
made
using
up,
the machines.
or
Like
if
he
it's stuff
has
that
his
he
own
got.
machine that he was using. So there's still some intelligent tech behind it.
Right. Well, at the end of No Way Home, the one with Doctor Strange, at the end of that one, the end of it, I don't remember if something happened to his suit. I think it just got shredded.
I think so, yeah.
And then he ended up making his own, and it was like it was like there was some fabric like hanging off of like a regular hour timeline sewing machine.
Right.
Like he had sewed it and he put it on and went.
Right.
But in this one, it's like he's got like
I don't remember what he called it.
Material 3D printing thing.
Yeah, he called it the computer that he talks to. It has a name, and I don't remember.
Ethel.
I don't remember.
Evie.
Maybe
something
like that. But like, so obviously he has some of that Stark intelligent.
Oh yeah.
Computer technology.
Those are the glasses, aren't they?
I believe so.
I just now realized that. I was like,
because he was given those.
Yeah, but he gave them to Mysterio.
He took them back. Screw Mysterio.
Well, I'm assuming he took them back, but I forgot that was. I think that was the same name as the glasses that he had in that movie. I'm pretty sure.
He's dreaming. But it was so good because it did have just enough of that technology to feel like a superhero, but it still was like it had that home feel of like it wasn't this armor suit made of all this fancy tech. And I think the one thing about it too is I'm like, you see him obviously when he goes to talk to Yelena, he has his head on his hood on, but not the suit.
Right.
So obviously they're two separate pieces. Multiple times you see the hood come on and off throughout the movie. But it's like when he is full suit, it's like it's melded together, and I don't understand that technology. So I would
that's not
love
technology.
More on that.
That's not technology. No. That's movie.
That's like movie magic.
Suspending disbelief for a second. Like
that's the one part that I was like
one piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always been a thing. Like they always take their masks on and off, but there's never a seam.
Never a seam at all.
Because
but they can easily pull the seam up to show his face when they need to. Yeah, that's the one part that I was like, this suit. What's happening here? But him dreaming. I've already patted his little butt. He not moving. The freaking eyes on that suit.
Yeah.
Were so cool. And I noticed it before you did, I think. That you could see his eyeballs through it.
You might have noticed that you could see that, but I knew that
I knew it because I saw a video.
Okay, yeah.
So I heard it mentioned. I heard it was Zendaya, I believe, was talking to Tom and saying, like, the way they did your eyes, I thought that was really cool. And I was like, I don't want to know anything. I moved on. So I didn't really think a lot about it. But I also had that like little inkling.
Is that all you saw?
Yeah, I didn't watch.
So the video that I saw was Tom talking about the way that they made the eyes for this movie, and they're meshy, just like like the 3D printed eyes that I have. They're meshy to where you can still see out of them, but you can't see in through them unless the light hits them in a certain way. And he said that the way they made this, and I don't know, I'm assuming this is the first movie that it's been like that. That once the light was a certain way that you could see his eyes underneath.
It was so cool.
And they noticed that, and that was a conversation was like, do they want to edit that to where you can't see the eyes? And they all agreed that it like brought more to the character.
100%.
If at some points in time you can see through and see the eyes. So when you see the eyes on there, it's not like a movie mistake where it's like, oh, I can't believe they got their eyes in it.
Like that.
It was a decision that they
made.
To me,
it seemed like they made the suit like that on purpose. And I loved it because I think it brought more to the character. Yeah. But just like I was saying with the suit, it's a homemade suit. Yeah. So I think it gave it that kind of more of a feel too. And it wasn't all the time. It was at certain angles you could see it. And it was subtle. And I thought it looked so cool.
So I thought that it was so the beginning of the movie. I think that they're very CG.
You don't see. I don't remember seeing his eyes at all.
Because it's not that I didn't notice, which I did. I definitely didn't notice, but I remembered it at the beginning of it. And I was looking for it.
Oh, really?
And then I forgot. And then when I did see it, I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that I had forgot to even look for it."
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I was there for a time. I was like obsessed about like trying to see if I could see his eyes.
It was beautiful.
That's why I think at the beginning of it,
so
his
good.
eyes were so CG, and his eyes are moving and like his expressions and stuff. And then towards the end of it, you can see through the mask and see his eyes, mostly this eye, mostly his right eye. I could tell, and once I saw it, it's like all I could see was his eye. A lot of
I do feel like it got more visible as the movie went on.
One thing that I didn't like about
one
thing I didn't like about the movie, and it wasn't about the movie, it was about me. It was that the suit took so much attention from the movie.
It was
Sometimes I was like just like admiring the details of the suit.
Yeah.
Just looking at the eyes.
Same.
Looking at the you could see his ears in this one.
The shape of them.
When he was talking, you could see his mouth moving a lot more. So like
I was looking at the dang collar.
A lot of this movie, I was just watching the suit like
yeah.
And then I'm like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Oh shit, this is an actual movie. This isn't
I gotta
just,
pay attention.
This isn't just watching his suit for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, no,
The
it was a
suit
beautiful
looks so
suit.
freaking good. That is my favorite suit of all time. Like, is it? Like it's you know what's weird is that it didn't take making a really good suit to make the best suit. It was making the best version of the original suit.
Yeah.
Like this feels like the most like
it's such a raw version. It's not all that tech. It's not all the fancy.
Supposedly he
it's not all
took
that
like
crap.
inspiration from the other two Spider-Men from the last movie and like putting it into his own. And at times I did like feel like I was looking at Tobey Maguire Spider-Man suit for some reason. Cool. I don't know what it is. Never Andrew Garfield's, but a few times it felt very Tobey Maguire suit. Mm-hmm. Maybe that was a real suit. Maybe it was like I feel like the Andrew Garfield one was more CG. I don't know. It didn't never.
Well, I mean, we've seen Spider-Man with like full armor CG suits, basically, like, and they still look really cool. But I do love how simple this one was.
And in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. That director or whoever like made that suit have wrinkles. That was like that was everyone's favorite suit for a long time. It's still a lot of people's favorite suit. This is my favorite suit.
Yeah, it was great.
This is the best iteration.
But I really loved,
and it looks like original like Spider-Man like comic books that I watched.
Yeah,
like it looks
made him
so
feel
perfect.
like almost like a normal guy in the suit, but then he's doing these epic things. And so it's like, it just made him feel more like you can relate a little bit more. Not relate, I can't relate, but it's just like you're connected a little bit more because it doesn't seem so out of touch. But it was so good. I love that you can see his eyes through just a little bit subtly. I thought that was just the coolest. I thought it looked great. It was very subtle again. It wasn't crazy, but it was really great. I loved it.
The only thing that I didn't like about the suit through watching the movie is when he is in the office tub.
Oh, yeah.
Is that mask on him felt super CG.
Really?
And like it was just laid on top of him.
Really?
And I thought that looked awful. That was the only time that it was like, that doesn't look great to me. Okay, so with the storyline.
I like that too, though. Like it was smart enough technology to open up when his natural web started coming through. Because he had those like the things on him. I don't remember what they're called. But he had those
web
on
shooters.
There. Yeah,
and it blew through him.
But like the actual machine piece, and then it like popped him off, and then there was just like a little slit in his suit for where the web could come through. Like obviously, he didn't put that there,
right?
So it was cool that it just kind of did that.
I think it was the pressure of like the
webs
ripped it.
It almost seemed like it like was like. Bloop,
no, I think the pressure of the web shot through it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it was cool. I liked it.
God, I could probably talk about the freaking suit this whole freaking time. Like, I can't. It's just so good. It is such a good suit. Good. Go see Spider-Man.
Can I just point out?
So I need to go and watch it with headphones in just so I can watch that. Just look at the suit.
For sure. I mentioned the spoiler-free version, like Zendaya's acting, and how much I really enjoyed watching parts of it. So now that we're in the spoiler version, I can talk about the specific scene. But the scene on the rooftop where he thinks that he's broken through to her and he's talking to her.
Oh, yeah.
And her acting there, playing this taken over version of her, was so good.
Yeah.
Like, she did such a good job of switching that character up to where you could tell the difference of when, like, she's trying to act like MJ and when she's not.
Yeah.
And it was so good. Like, props to her. She did great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It was really, really
She
good.
wasn't in the movie much.
No.
But when she was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but that part was really good.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that part.
Let's see. Suit City characters. So with the storyline, the whole story, and at the beginning of the movie, it shows so much of Spider-Man just being Spider-Man. It was almost like I forgot that there was even a storyline to this movie.
Yeah.
Just watching Spider-Man run around and just do his Spider-Man thing, I was like, this is such a good movie. This is so good. And then I remembered that people don't know who Peter Parker is.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of been in the trailer what this movie is no one knows who Peter Parker is. What will he do now? Well, he's been doing pretty good.
Right.
He's been doing real good.
Yeah.
I mean, other than like being alone.
Yeah.
Like watching him just like be Spider-Man and fight crime and
Fighting
stuff.
stuff.
There for a while was like, did this movie even need the whole people don't know who Peter Parker is? Like it doesn't even like this is a perfectly fine movie with just this stuff. Like you don't really even need MJ anymore.
Right.
And then when they came back to it later on and they started doing it, I was like, never mind. This is such
So
a good movie.
Like, I did really
And
love
then
when
they
he's
did
sitting
that
there
for a while.
Yeah.
And then kind of got away from it and then came back. It was like
I think they did a good job of piecing it
back
in
and
there
forth.
enough to remind you of like his reality, but not taking away from the story. Like, I really did love the scene where he is in full Spider-Man suit because Ned doesn't know the truth yet. MJ's read the letter. So now she knows the truth. She doesn't remember it, but she knows the truth.
Yeah.
And they're in the apartment and they're just three friends hanging out, putting together some, Star Wars Legos, getting some food. Like, I thought that was such a good feel scene. And it was such a great little bring back to the fact of his reality, that his friends who he loves dearly don't remember him, but they still have this connection and they can still just like chill and hang out and laugh and like be these three kids. Like, I just thought it was such a great way to like piece that little bit of remembrance, little memory in there.
Remembrance of Me.
Yeah.
It was a band that was around here back in the day.
But I really love that. I think they did a great job with that.
Yeah.
Say it.
Say what? I don't really know. I tried. Didn't you take notes?
I have
my
two
God.
notes.
I don't even know why I wrote this down, but the freaking Punisher shooting Hulk was
and he's
so
like yelling
funny.
and just
That was
so
the
funny.
thing.
Yeah.
He was like, oh!
Yeah. And Hulk's just like,
he's like, stop
what
shooting
are
at me,
you
bro.
doing? Like,
Because I think I could be wrong. I think that Punisher and Hulk in the comic books were like a big thing. Like they fought all the time.
Yeah.
Like maybe Hulk was like first introduced in a Punisher comic or vice versa or something like that. Maybe I'm thinking of Wolverine in a Hulk comic. Maybe
I like what they did with that
sure
too.
That there was like some kind of Hulk and Punisher stuff in the comics.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That
it was so
a fun
cool to see
scene.
Spider-Man, Punisher, and Hulk all together.
And I like that you had Hulk in there. You saw the different versions of him. But again, it didn't
was really cool
overpower
too.
the movie and take away from the fact this is a Spider-Man movie.
So I saw trailers where there was Hulk in the trailers, but the like banner version or now that we're in the spoiler section, in case you didn't know, what's her name?
So we're gonna do this now. Sophie Turner? No, that's
Sophie.
the other
What's her
one.
name?
That's Game of Thrones.
The girl from Stranger Things.
It's Max.
Max. Sophie.
I don't know her real name.
What's her name? Who plays Max in Stranger Things? Sadie Sink.
Sadie
in Spider-Man
Sink.
is Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. Ooh, spoilers. Jean Grey.
Nobody knew. I need to stop watching this freak. Oh my God. You know how excited I would have been if Jesus Christ, guys. Sorry. For free? So many people speculated that it was Jean Grey or someone else.
I mean, she's a redhead. It's just a natural
I would have loved
fit for her, I think.
Like I would have loved to not known that. But there is no way possible that I would have not heard that on the internet.
But
somewhere.
I do think they did a wonderful job of not 100% confirming that that's who she was. Like, there was speculation with very logical reasoning as to why that was speculated, but there was nothing that 100% confirmed it. So I think they did a great job with that.
Just like there was a shot where Spider-Man is fighting the Hand, ah,
Yeah.
and everyone was like, oh, there's so much space there for other people. It could be other Spider-Mans, or it could be Daredevil, or it could be this person or that person.
Right.
And then
It
within
literally
the
was
first
not.
like 5 minutes of the movie, it's like, no, it was just him, guys.
It was literally just him, yeah.
It's just him jumping through
Yeah.
the air. It just looks
I will
cool.
say this one thing though, like there was, and this is the one thing I mentioned earlier that I feel like they could have done a little bit more epic, and they didn't, is announcing who she was, because there was so much pressure and speculation.
Yeah, well,
of
the
who
movie
it
was already made. I mean, they
But
made
I mean,
the
like
movie.
in the
I was okay
script,
with
it's
it.
like they're
Don't
just
make a
sitting
big deal
there,
of it.
and it was
I
like,
think it was fun.
oh, here's her profile. Oh, her name's Jean Grey. Move on. And it's like, but then 15 minutes later, she literally says with the camera in her face, I'm Jean Grey.
Yeah, that would have been cooler.
I feel like that should have come first.
Yeah, that's
Let
a good
her
point. That's
take
a good
that
point.
epic moment of being like, my name is Jean Grey. And be like,
Yeah.
whoa, she
Yeah.
did. Like, that's who she is. And it's like, they didn't, because they already just pulled up
Yeah.
her little profile on
That's
a
a good
computer and
point.
were like, Jean Grey.
When it shows it, I was like, yep, that's who she was, guys.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Like, that is the one thing that I wish they had done different, because there was so much hype. And let's be real, Marvel knew from the beginning that their intention
Yeah.
was to keep her hidden
Good
until
storytelling.
this came out.
That's part of the
So
storytelling.
I do wish that they would have made that official part a little bit more epic.
Yeah.
And like she's gonna say it anyway. Let her be the one to say it first.
Yeah. It literally happened like the next scene.
Yeah. And that was the one criticism that I had for it.
Yeah.
But I think it was great. I think she did really good.
Yeah. I guess you could probably find like stuff. I guess it wouldn't be an absolutely perfect movie. There's a few things that it's like,
I mean,
why'd they
sure.
do this? Why'd they do that?
Yeah.
So how can you say it's a perfect movie if you're going to complain about it? 99. I'll give it 99.
Because that one thing.
Because that
You had
that one thing,
99
the mask-
chances or 100
the mask
chances
thing,
and you missed one
the
thing.
mask thing for me.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, I can't really think
I
of anything
also
else
kind of
that-
was annoyed by the fact that they kept making such a big deal about VMAX and it ended up being a freaking vent.
That was kind of annoying.
I was like,
Like,
really?
I felt like that's
a
like
vent?
I feel like that's been in something before, like
Yeah.
that little thing. Like
But it was like I was
not necessarily
expecting-
like her looking up at a vent or something, but something like being a part of something that was
Like
bigger.
making it so
But
big that's this
but
teeny
it's like
tiny
it's
little
really
thing.
just like a little thing that someone sees.
On a fortune cookie or
Yeah.
something. Like
feel like Stranger Things
I
did
was
that with
expecting
11.
it to be a weapon, a chemical, or a person that it's like this surprise. Look who else is in this movie that you didn't think about.
Yeah.
And then it's a freaking sticker on a vent.
Yeah.
Which I mean, of course, feeds into the bigger story of her
She died
sister.
in this chair
in
looking
this-
straight
looking
up.
at this
That's what I've
I would have speculated that when I saw her damn hair
assumed
scrunchie.
this. Yeah.
So that part
I
I was
literally
kind
thought,
of
yeah.
that part I was kind of just like, really? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
whatever, move on. It wasn't such a big deal that it like ruined the movie, but I was a little bit.
It
annoyed
wasn't.
by
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh my God, Sarah's dead. They killed Sarah.
Surprise!
It was just,
Yeah.
oh, they killed. Okay,
They killed
I
her in
got you,
this
understand.
room.
That's
Sad,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, well,
I
she's
see why
dead.
you're so pissed off now.
So she's dead. Well, she didn't know that.
She did then
Yeah, but
because
it's
of
like,
a vent.
Yeah, she had to be dead. I don't think she needed to be dead for her to like get her powers or whatever. I don't know.
But it seemed like her powers, and I don't know a lot about her, but are charged on emotion. And because it's like when that happened, she's able to expand her reach much further.
That's I believe that's a new thing. They just
Really?
made it because I mean this is literally the first like X-Men that they've second X-Men they've showed, but like the origin of this X-Men in the MCU. So they're not getting that's it. So something I want to bring up is I assumed that they would bring all the X-Men in from other. Oh my God! I just realized that. I think a lot of people just assume that the X-Men that they bring in the MCU are going to be maybe like. The X-Men were in a different universe. That's why we've never seen them before. And here come the X-Men. They're from a different timeline or whatever.
Right.
But with Jean Grey being in the Spider-Man universe in canon MCU, the X-Men are here. They're
Yeah.
not coming from somewhere else. There are X-Men from somewhere else. That's like the Wolverine and like the Hugh Jackman Wolverine and
Right.
Patrick Stewart Xavier. Like that's from a different timeline, different dimension or whatever. But Jean Grey and X-Men is on 616. That's our universe.
Right.
They're in 616. They're in canon MCU. So the X-Men are here now. There's been like some like theories that like they could make the X-Men like they've been here this whole time, but like someone like whoever they thought Jean Grey was, maybe not Jean Grey, maybe someone else has been like clouding everyone's minds from being able to see that the X-Men were here or some stuff.
Interesting.
But they've been here this whole time. That was going to be part of like Secret
like,
Wars or something.
I could see that, yeah. But I do love the fact that like in this movie, and you mentioned it earlier, like there was no epic villain. Obviously, Jean Grey's the villain in this movie. But it was more of just like this. But not really. And then she ends up saving Spider-Man's life.
Yeah, that was
because she uses her powers to keep him alive while he's healing. And so it's like I really kind of liked that. Because especially
I'm glad that
in a
they
superhero
didn't keep
movie,
her bad and bring her back good later.
Right. But especially in a superhero movie, you're expecting these epic combats, these epic, just huge city destroying fights. It was kind of refreshing to not have that, but it's still have grounded. A feel of there's a problem, there's a villain, like there's danger.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, they still let her feel human, of like she's devastated because she lost her sister was taken from her, sister was killed. Like that's where she's reacting. But then there is still good in her. She just saved Spider-Man's life when they were able to come together and like and have this like little bit of a bond because they have this similarity. Like it was a really cool feel and I really liked it. I really enjoyed that. The only other thing I had a note on was I really enjoyed, because you asked me, what was the question that you asked me?
When?
About the movies.
What?
About the movies.
When?
At the beginning of the movie, when you asked me the question about when the last Spider-Man came out. Never mind. He asked me when the last Spider-Man movie came out.
You just said the question. I don't know.
And I thought it was like 2 years ago. So it's 2026. I thought it was maybe 2 years ago. It was not. It was like 5 years ago. Which is still baffling to me that it's been that long since a Spider-Man movie came out, because it does not feel like it's been that long. But at the beginning of the movie, when he's watching Ned on the phone, going through their different college years, I really loved that, because now knowing how long it's been, and you had asked me that earlier before the movie started, so I already had that in my brain. It was like, I feel like they're making sense of what's been going on all these years since we saw that last movie. Yeah. A lot of movies don't make sense of the timeline necessarily in reality, in our reality. Like in this moment, I've not seen a Spider-Man movie in 5 years, but now he's just here. But so we're just going to go on like nothing ever changed. Did this happen a week after that last movie, 10 years after? We don't know. But in this one, they did a really good job of like making the time frame fit into our reality. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did it on purpose or what, but I thought it was really cool. I also loved, there was a part where, what was happening? Oh, he was battling his arachnid DNA.
What a weird statement.
I hate that word. But he was, when he
battling
was first,
his arachnid hormones.
When he was one of the first times that he was battling that. And I love the fact because they darkened everything, but they still had this like lighting behind him, and like the way that he was like shooting his webs and like trying to jump around and like trying to do things, and the way they lit it and still had it dark but not. Yeah. It was so cool.
So I have a gripe that I would like to state now that we're talking about this.
Ooh, I think I have a piece too.
One thing that I didn't like is that they kept on building to, so in the comics, and I didn't read a lot of the comics whenever I was a kid, but I watched the animated series. But in the animated series, he became like a monster spider, like
I hope that never happens. I don't want to see that.
But he had like,
I don't think he wants to see that.
He was like gray and had a bunch of eyes and multiple legs.
Hate that.
So let me talk. So
I can make comments. Keep talking.
You're losing. I can't focus when you're doing that. So everyone like assumed that he was going to become Man Spider, if that was his name. In this, he was going to mutate into the spider thing. And I was like, I really don't think they're going to do that. But it felt like that was that was the trajectory of what they were doing, having like his arachnid hormones taking over. Like if he reaches like peak, he's just going to become Man Spider. He's going to become Man Spider. And I was like, everybody was like, they didn't think he would do it. They didn't think they would do it. I didn't think they would really do it, but I would have been surprised if they did it.
Yeah.
But they could have easily just done it. Especially when he was fighting the hand. When he was fighting the hand, I was like, if they're going to do it, they're going to do the right thing because his eyes are turning black and stuff. So that
was such a cool scene.
My gripe is that they kept building to this thing taking over and him trying, like, multiple way, like a computer chip that'll like disable people's like their superpowers, and that's gonna suppress it and stuff. But and then the thing that fixed it was nothing. He just like channeled
Learned how to handle
He was like,
it.
it's taking over. My eyes are black, and he's like, which one are you gonna be? I'm gonna be both. Boom, and I just did
Here
it.
I am.
And my head's fixed, and like I'm fighting. And I'm really
Yeah.
powerful now. I can control it. I'm like the Hulk, but I'm in control.
But the Hulk can't control. He needs to do this for
And the eye and the I mean it's a different thing, but like his eyes went back to normal.
Yeah.
And like he just could fight with organic webs now, and I don't like that he has organic webs.
Do you not?
That is such a cop out.
Really?
No, because I just don't like it because Spider-Man. There's only been I think they wrote it into comic books afterwards, but there's and possibly like
He didn't like that he had organic webs either. If it makes you feel better.
I think that maybe Spider-Man originally like was supposed to have organic webs, but then they ended up changing it or something. I don't know, but in the comic books they were always web shooters, and he was like that was kind of his thing, is he made his own web fluid and stuff.
Right.
But then when they did the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, they made it organic, and that was the first iteration that I had seen where he had organic webs. I was like, oh, well, that's cool. That's a different story, and they went with that, and I was okay with it for that. And then they went back to web shooters, and it was like Spider-Man's back with web shooters. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm web shooter it up, dude. And then this one, web shooters. The Tom Holland has web shooters, and I just like web shooters. So the fact that they're going back to organic, I'm like, please don't go back to organic. Can we just please have web shooters? Like, it's been such a cool thing to go back to that after the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man series was so good.
Yeah.
And that was everyone's Spider-Man. And then to go back to web shooters, it was like, oh my God, he went back to web shooters. Everybody loved that.
Yeah.
Maybe not everybody, but I think
I'm indifferent.
Anybody who grew up with the comics and knew that they were web shooters, had the internet and could see everybody talking shit about the fact that he didn't have web shooters. Then going back to it, like I'm on web shooter side. Like I don't like that he has organic webs.
Interesting.
That's just me.
I think for me, I didn't understand why all of a sudden this stuff is happening to him. Why is he all of a sudden
Because he's
having
alone.
these spikes and these
it was
webs?
because he's alone.
So because he's alone, all of a sudden his powers are changing and growing, and that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't.
So
what?
another gripe, but
I mean, yes and no.
it's fine.
It's just I don't.
It's a superhero movie.
It's a thing
but
that's kind of
what
like
they made it. It was
okay,
that-
but
because
he
and then that was going to be like his fix is that was like a whole like kind of like underlying meaning of the whole thing, like with Frank Castle being there and he's alone too. Like I'm
Right.
like you, Frank, but he was like, I don't want to be alone.
right.
Like you shouldn't be alone. Like if I could have this any other way, I'd rather not be alone.
Yeah.
So that's telling him, don't be alone. And then everything that happened, and then him with Sadie Sink with Jean Grey, it's like telling her you shouldn't do this alone. But he's really also telling himself, I shouldn't be doing this alone.
Right.
So that's kind of like the underlying story of the whole thing. I don't know why I went down that. That
It makes
line.
sense,
I remember
though.
what we started talking about.
I don't understand why this all started happening to him. And then at one point in
because he
time,
was
they
alone.
showed like a little spider in the corner of his doorway.
Like
I was
he-
like,
like it's
did he
his
get
pet?
bit by the spider?
No,
Tobey Maguire got bit. Did he get bit?
Oh,
That's
yeah, he
why
got
this is
bit.
happening?
He got bit.
Like,
They talked about it
what's going on
subtly in
my
other
brain.
movies. That the spider, like he mentioned to Ned that the spider is dead in one movie.
Oh, yeah.
He was talking about the spider.
But I
He's
mean,
like,
the
spider's
spider
dead,
in the
Ned.
movie, like, in the fact that like all
I
this
think
stuff
that
is
was just
changing with
not-
him.
It was just. A thing.
But that I'm just explaining that's where my brain was at because I didn't understand why this was happening to him. So when I see this like random spider in the corner, I'm like, did he get bit again? Is that what's happening? Is that he's changing because something else? He got bit by something else?
I can see why someone
was
would
it
think
this
that.
little corner spider that because get all the corner spiders out my house?
No,
I don't want that life.
They're getting their bugs.
They're not.
So let's see. Was there anything else? I don't know. I think I was.
I knew that MJ was going to see the letter when he put it on the table.
I see. I'm glad.
I called it. I knew it.
I'm glad you
because
didn't say anything.
He had it in his hand. He's sitting at the table. He gets a call or whatever that something's going on.
No, he goes. No, he.
Something-
no,
whatever happens.
It's when he went to go get Jean.
Okay, yeah. So, and then he puts it on the table. He sets it over there like in between something or behind something.
He had it with him there.
Yeah, it was
Why?
yes. Because at one point in time, Punisher even asks him like, "Are you gonna tell her about that or whatever?" And
Why did he
but
have
he
the
had
letter?
it. And so he's looking at it. He's sitting at the table drinking coffee or whatever. I think that might have been the scene where he was making fun of him because he won't take his mask off. He won't drink coffee.
Yeah.
And he has the letter and he folds it back up and he sets it on the table and he starts doing something on his phone or on the computer or whatever. And I was like, MJ's going to see that. She's there. He's going to leave that.
I'm so glad
She's
you
gonna
didn't
see
say
it.
that.
Like, I knew it immediately. And that's exactly what happened.
I didn't even
A couple
realize
scenes
that.
later, there she is sitting at the table with the letter. I was like, I
didn't
knew it. I knew it. And I'm usually not good about catching that kind of stuff in movies. But I saw that and I knew it immediately.
Yep, I didn't pick up on that one.
Yep.
I think the last thing I'm going to talk about, this is the last thing that I have on here at least, the Star Wars films clips.
Oh, yeah.
It was talking about that. So there was a scene where I think it was when he went in to meet Ned as Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. When you mentioned that, I remember that now.
There's a like a monitor or something over on the side, and it had an AT-AT on it. Like I think it was when it was crashing. So an AT-AT, and if you call it an AT-AT, shame on you. Shame on you.
It's an AT.
So the AT-AT was falling down, and that's on Empire Strikes Back. And they're going.
AT-AT.
The X-wings are flying around. They like hook it to the
Tie its legs
AT-AT
up.
and tie its legs up, and it falls over.
Right.
Well, in Spider-Man Civil War, he does that. He tells
Spider-Man Civil War?
Captain America Civil War.
You just threw me through a loop for a second.
Okay, Captain America Civil War. He's like, have you ever seen that really old movie Star Wars?
Oh yeah.
And then he like tells the story, like he basically is like, hey, we should do that thing from that movie, and they tie up Ant-Man's legs when he's like giant and make him fall over.
Right.
So that was like a nod to that, I guess.
Okay.
Anyway,
Interesting. I didn't remember that. That's funny.
what a nerd thing to notice.
I know.
When you mentioned that at the end, that in the credits it was like Star Wars film clips and stuff or whatever it was
Like
from
the
Lucasfilms.
products and film clips provided by Lucasfilms
Yeah.
or whatever. I was like,
that was
that's wild.
that was
like
that
what
video.
a massive thing though to have
Legos.
Lucasfilms and Marvel like just in this little bubble together.
Disney owns them both.
I know, but I'm just saying,
Disney
like
owns
seeing
both.
that they own Cinderella too, but you don't see that in Marvel.
They
I'm just
could.
saying, like Marvel is so epic. Lucasfilms is so epic, and so to see them in this little bubble together is kind of cool.
Yep.
Because they're normally like just sitting here thinking about movies and stuff. They're not worlds that I combine.
But yeah, in Star Wars Homecoming, did Ned find out that he was Spider-Man?
I don't
in
remember
that
which
one.
it was.
I'm pretty sure it was because he was like telling him how to drive a car at the end of it when he was trying to like get to the airport or something. But like when he found out because Ned went over to Peter's house and they were going to finish building their Lego Death Star.
I remember that now. Yeah.
And then he forgot that Ned was there and he came in the door and was like creeping on the wall or on the ceiling and then dropped down and shut the door and turned around and you see Ned and he just drops the Death Star on the floor and it shatters. So when they were like building Legos in Brand New Day, I was like, oh my God, they're fucking playing with
and
Legos.
I had forgot
That's so
about that
great.
scene. So I didn't catch that in that part.
So great.
But yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I'm sure that I
wonder if they
can't
were
wait to
building
watch
the
it
Death
again.
Star again. Maybe
It
they're
didn't look like it.
rebuilding it. That'd been dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that. And I love that she still drew
man.
him without his mask on.
Yeah.
Like that was cool.
good.
I liked
There's
that.
so many, like we could talk about this forever.
I
Like
know.
it's such
Just
a good
go
movie,
see
but
it. Go see it.
I think that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
So if you watch this, thanks for watching.
Always.
And we'll see you soon. No, we won't see you soon. We'll see you
Tuesday,
We'll never see
Wednesday,
you.
Thursday.
You'll see us. Bye.
You'll see us. Bye.